What's going on, guys? It's CrustyKs here from the Go Boys Network. It's been a minute, but we're here to talk about this CFB Friday slate. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first one should be a pretty good game to watch. Definitely a good game, in my opinion, to bet on. A lot of props, a lot of really whatever you want. First game, North Texas taking on UTSA. Game right now sitting at a 1.5. UTSA is favored at home. Game total a whopping, I believe it's 72.5. Game total is a whopping 72.5. I mean, if you want to square up and take the over, I don't blame you. There's going to be minimal defense played in this game. Should be a ton of offense. Very exciting. Like I said, it would be a great game to watch. Chandler Morris should have a day. McCown should have an absolute field day as well. For me here, it's UTSA on the money line. I'm going to take a shot here on the home team. You look at this team, you look at the way they played against Memphis, and I mean, while both of these defenses, stink, I thought that UTSA looked pretty decent against Memphis. I thought they pressured the quarterback well. They forced Hennigan into a lot of mistakes, ultimately won that game. And I think you can kind of see the same thing here. While I do think it is a lot of back and forth, I do think this game probably does find a way to go over. I think when the time comes, UTSA has a better chance of stopping North Texas than North Texas does of stopping UTSA. So for that reason, give me UTSA here on the money line at home. In terms of props, my favorite prop, and it'll be a Twitter free play at some point, so you guys will get it early if you watch this. DT Sheffield, he's a receiver for North Texas. I love his over receiving yards, over 81.5 right now. I would take it all up to 89.5 comfortably. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes over 100 yards, but I'd play this prop up to about 89.5.
Wait, before we get back to the picks, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Friends don't let friends watch videos without hitting the like button. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button and like the video. If you're new here and not subscribed, you should go ahead and do so because we're dropping new content each and every day on the Go Boys Network. We strive to cover every sport and give out picks and analysis and valuable information for free on the Go Boys Network. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop something new. I'm Brad Thomas. Let's get back to the picks.
Moving on to the next game here, Wyoming taking on Colorado State. Colorado State laying a whopping 9.5 points. So there's 4 games on this Friday slate. This is probably, I would say, the worst one of the 4. Wyoming, obviously, this season, just a bad team. Colorado State, I mean, they're not much better. Let's be real here. I'm not entirely comfortable laying 10 points with Colorado State. So for me here, it's nasty, but I think we find a way to go over here. Total sitting at 47.5. This is a gross, disgusting game. But I don't love these defenses. I really don't love the offense either. But I just think we see sloppy football. I think we see big plays as a result of the sloppy football. And this game somehow goes over the 47.5 number. Wouldn't be surprised if we see like a 30-20 final score. Obviously, we'll get us over this number. Like I said, probably my least favorite game on this slate. Definitely the one that I spent probably the least amount of time on when I was going through these Friday games. So if you guys want to skip that game, I don't blame you. Moving on to this next one here, a little Big Ten matchup. UCLA traveling to Washington, take on the Huskies. Washington minus 4.5 point favorite at home. That's where I'm going to go here. So, I mean, this UCLA team, I've tried to fade them a couple times. Haven't had a ton of success. They just keep seeming to find ways to win, seeming to find ways to, they just seem like they have a horseshoe up their ass, to be quite honest with you. Garbers is playing pretty well, don't get me wrong. But I like the passing game of this Washington team. I do think they keep Jonah Coleman in check on the ground, but he's a pretty good receiver as well out of the backfield. I really like Will Rogers here. Think he can expose some things with this UCLA secondary, who really hasn't had to be tested. We saw him against Iowa. They're pretty much able to load up and stop Caleb Johnson, knowing that Brendan Sullivan's not really going to sling the ball all over the place. That won't be the case here. So I'll be interested to see what they do here. If they try to stop Jonah Coleman, which I think they will, I think Will Rogers has an absolute field day here against this secondary. So I will take a shot here on Washington at home minus 4.5. I'm sure it won't be a popular play. I know UCLA is one of those teams that just seems to be the darling of the public because they keep finding ways to cover, keep finding ways, like I said, to just be a total luck box. But for me, I think that luck runs out here. I think Washington picks up a big win. Hey guys, I just want to give a quick reminder that new users can bet $5 at FanDuel on any of the bets in this video and win $150 in bonus bets if the bet wins. Now let's get back to the bets. The last game on this Friday slate, Houston traveling to Arizona. Somehow Arizona is still favored in football games in 2024. If you've been watching this team, they are horrendous. Not that Houston's much better, but I believe Arizona's been favored in 4 of the last 5 and lost outright in all of them, if I'm not mistaken. This team is bad. They have 2 guys, Fafita and McMillan, quarterback, wide receiver. And, I mean, A, they can only do so much. And B, you need more than just 2 guys. So, for me here, I mean, this is a nasty, nasty game. But I have some interest in it because I like Zion Chris, the quarterback for Houston. Dual threat, more of a runner than a passer. But, I mean, he's serviceable. Played at Louisiana last year. I like Houston this game. This is a team, obviously not having a good year. A bit of a doormat in the conference. But the defense has been playing pretty well. And they play well when the offense can at least sustain somewhat of a drive. If they don't come up with points. But if the defense, is getting ample rest, basically, they've looked really good, actually. And I think against this Arizona team, when you know that it's basically McMillan or bust, I think Houston can game plan for that, and I think they can ultimately win this game. This Arizona team was a team that a lot of people were high on coming into the season, myself included, and they just kind of let everybody down. And at this point in the season, I think you have to question their motivation. Obviously, they're college kids, and when you know your season's over, that motivation factor, I definitely feel like with the college kids especially, you kind of see it waver. And I wouldn't be surprised if they really don't care about a game against Houston, really don't care about their season at this point, knowing full well that they're not going anywhere. So give me Houston here, plus money on the money line. Right now it's a plus 104. Yeah, I'll take them all day. If you want to take the plus 1.5, you can, but I don't think you're gonna need it. Give me Houston on the money line here. They win this one outright. That is the 4 games for Friday. If you tune into this video, I appreciate you guys. I will give you guys my college basketball play of the day through this video. You guys will get it before Twitter does. So, little thank you token of my appreciation. So my play of the day here for this Friday slate, it's going to be Alabama on the money line, minus 110 right now. It might move a bit by the time this gets posted. I would take the money line all the way up to a minus 140. If you're not comfortable with that, I play anything minus 2 or better. So really simply put here, won't bore you guys with all the detail, but Alabama going on the road to Purdue, seeing them open as a favorite felt pretty telling in my opinion. This is a Purdue team, obviously without Zach Edey. They try to run a similar offense with Trey Kaufman-Red as their primary big, and it just doesn't work the same, obviously, because he's not Zach Edey. And then you have Alabama, who brought in Cliff Omenyor, I'm going to butcher that so bad, the center from Rutgers. Alabama brought him in the offseason, really shored up their biggest issue, which was just not having a true paint presence. And now he's obviously a guy who played in the Big Ten, now going to Purdue. I think he shuts down Kaufman-Red in the middle, and it comes down to guard play. And for me, Mark Sears and Wrightsell, Aiden Holloway from Auburn, this Bama team is just super deep at the guard position, and Braden Smith can only do so much. I'm not trusting Fletcher Lawyer to keep Purdue in this game. I think Alabama picks up a big road win here and likely rolls, truthfully. I wouldn't be surprised if they win by double digits. But as always, you can get all my official plays at GoBoys.com. College basketball, college football, you guys know I got you covered. Until next time, I'm CrustyKs. If you have a gambling problem, don't want to hurt a gambler. Thank you guys.